What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And welcome to my video guide for the level 70 Crystal Awakening batch number 9 fight, called the Let Slip Hell's Hound. And this is going to be on the Chaos difficulty fight. And of course, before I start, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content that I make on this channel. Now without further ado, let's start this video. Now, I'll start this video off with the general tips and guide because we have fought the Cerberus enemy or boss before, and it doesn't have any weaknesses or resistances as well, so I don't really want to cover all of it all again. So, the first one I have for you guys here for your general tips and guide is just go all out. This is a one-wave fight. You can probably save some of your abilities if you have a very good Brave battery that, you know, most of the time, every turn that your Brave is to the max, you can probably get away with using your HP attack plus and save your abilities there. But overall, I say you can go for it and you should be fine on this fight. The second one is, of course, to bring boosted characters, and I think there are only two boosted characters that are pretty viable for this fight, and that will be Papalimo and Seymour, which just released with their EX Plus or realized weapons. So these are probably my target. You can probably get away using like Quistis or something like that. She is still quite useful, but honestly these two are probably the best way to go. Now, other characters that you may want to consider are basically any realized characters in your roster. Like I said, there are no weaknesses nor resistances on this fight, so you can really bring any characters from your roster. Now, I do highly suggest that you actually bring a tank and or a healer for a safety run. So Zack is my preferred tank at this point in time because he can actually survive a big massive like HP hit. So yeah, probably for me it'll have to be Zack. Of course you can actually bring like, you know, Edge as well, so he can dodge the attack. You can bring Bosch because he can reduce the HP damage taken, but you know, for the most part I do like Zack more. So that's just my little bias for me, but you can definitely bring some other tanks as well. And of course the next one is to bring a debuffer or dispeller, and I will go over this a little bit later, but you do need something to remove the buffs from the boss or apply some debuffs. And of course, for your summon, I honestly think you can bring any summon that you really prefer. I do prefer to bring Shiva along because I think she's the most balanced summon, so that's just my own personal opinion. Okay, now let's go over the general strategies for this fight that kind of helped me and hopefully will help you as well. Let's start this off with a friend support. I do highly suggest either bringing Setzer or Aranea for your friend support. Aranea is still one of the best supports at the moment with the big damage and delay. Setzer can obviously use his freeze debuff on this boss and will reduce the HP damage to 0 basically. So yeah, he's still pretty good, a very good Brave battery on top of that, and he can actually delay as well. So Setzer or Aranea for your friend support. Next is to dispel or apply a lot of debuffs on the boss to remove all its buffs post its recast ability. So the thing with this boss is every time it uses its recast ability, it will actually buff itself with a total of 5 different buffs. So you can definitely just push this all out because they are not frame buffs. So apply those debuffs or just remove them altogether. Next is to kill off Penelo after the first recast ability. You don't really have to do this. You can actually kill Penelo earlier, but the thing is, every recast ability the boss does is it actually revives the Penelo mannequin as well. So if you don't really want to waste too much of your abilities on that Penelo, just try and concentrate attacking on Cerberus. And the other thing, I guess, if you kill off the Penelo mannequin with like splash damage, that should be okay, so you're not wasting too much of your abilities on that mannequin. And the next one I have is, like I said earlier, having a tank is going to help you with this fight. Now this is basically just to soak all the damage during triple, because when the boss uses triple, it will use like, you know, 3 different kinds of skill, and it can actually end it with an HP attack as well. So this is very dangerous. So having a tank will definitely save your run. And the last tip I have for you guys is to basically use gravity based abilities. This will help you reduce the boss's high max brave during its triple phases. Now obviously there is a high chance that you will get broken here. That's why the boss's max brave is going to up to its max, and if you have any gravity based characters that can reduce this down very quickly, or if you have a high burst damage dealer like Arnea, then you should be fine. But honestly, if you have gravity based characters, you should take advantage of that as well. Okay, so moving on to the possible party compositions for this video, or for this fight I should say. We're gonna start this off with the pseudo like boosted team. So this is with Papalymo, Seymour, and Penelo, and this is with the Setzer support and Shiva for the summon. Papalymo is here for the big damage, and of course Seymour for the debuffs. Penelo's for the heal and battery. You can definitely change Penelo here. You don't have to use Penelo. You can opt out and use a tank for a much safer run. Again, something like Zac, or probably the better one for this party composition is going to be Bosch, because he can actually absorb all the AoE HP damage, therefore saving you a lot, and he can heal himself as well. Setzer is just here for the freeze / delay, and of course a very good brave battery as well. And the next team I have for you guys is the one that you're seeing right now, is the team that I used to beat this fight, with Balthier, Zac, Penelo, with an Arnea support, and Shiva for the summon. Balthier is here basically to steal all those buffs, and Zac is for tanking, and Penelo for heals and brave battery. And next up is going to be Yuri, Rosa, and Arnea team composition, with Arnea support and Shiva for the summon. Yuri's here for the gravity damage, plus overall he's a very good support / damage dealer. I mean, he has brave regen and HP regen as well. Definitely a very worthwhile character to bring. Rosa is here for heals and brave battery again, and Arnea for big damage and delay. Now the last one I have for you guys here is going to be Vanille, Y'shtola, and Tifa with Arnea support, and Shiva for the summon. Vanille is here for the dispel and the debuffs, Y'shtola for heals and brave battery, plus she can also delay, and Tifa is just here for big damage, and of course she can delay as well, and having able to launch as well is going to bring in more damage overall. Okay guys, so we're finally towards the end of this video, and of course I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this fight. Now in all honesty, I didn't really have any issues with this fight. The only issue, I guess, if you are, you know, going into this like blind, is actually unexpectedly the triple actually ending with an HP attack. I wasn't really expecting that, because for the most part, most of the triple attacks usually will just like be brave damage. So when I went in for my blind run, you know, someone died. So I had to reset the run, and this is when I got the idea of just using a tank, which in all honesty, I should just bring a tank every time. It just makes it much safer run. So overall, didn't really struggle with this fight. You may struggle with your overall ability usage, because the boss does have a ton of HP, but like I said, every now and then just mix in some HP attack plus, especially if you have like a full brave. There's no reason for you to actually use an ability unless you're trying to brave shave at the same time or avoid being broken. So yeah, if you do that, you should be fine. And honestly, going all out is still very viable, especially if you're using characters that can reuse their abilities or can refresh their abilities as well. So my final opinion on this one is it is going to be in the lower end of the chaos difficulty. So difficulty wise, it will be down there. I wouldn't say it's like between, like, I think like easy and medium difficulty, so just in between there, because it can really catch you off guard, and that recast ability is quite annoying because it refreshes its like buffs, and of course revives that Penelo mannequin as well. But overall, should be fine for you guys. If you actually use the delay tactic, this fight is going to be a breeze for you as well. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. Please remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help my channel to grow, and of course it helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. Leave down in the comments below what team you use for this fight. Let me know down there, and of course follow me on Twitter and on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.